2007 wasn't just a good year for gaming, it was a landmark moment. A year packed to the brim with innovation, unforgettable characters, and bold new directions for major franchises. Whether you were glued to your Xbox 360, exploring galaxies on PC, or bouncing around galaxies on your Wii, there was something for everyone. These weren't just great games. They were experiences that helped define modern gaming. So let's dive back into one of the greatest years in gaming history and count down the top 5 games of 2007. At number 5, we've got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. This is the game that changed everything for first-person shooters. Before this, Call of Duty was all about historical warfare, but Modern Warfare brought us into the present with tight gunplay, intense pacing, and one of the most cinematic campaigns of its time. Missions like All Gillied Up and Shock and Awe are still talked about to this day. But it wasn't just the campaign, the multiplayer was where it really exploded. Kill streaks, custom loadouts, and that feeling of leveling up after every match kept players hooked for months, even years. Modern Warfare didn't just evolve the genre, it redefined it. Coming in at number 4, Super Mario Galaxy. Nintendo once again proved they were the masters of innovation with this stunning reinvention of the 3D platformer. Instead of the usual open worlds, Galaxy sent Mario soaring through space, hopping between tiny planets, each with its own unique gravity and physics. It was fresh, it was beautiful, and it was overflowing with charm. The controls were tight, the level design was brilliant, and the orchestral soundtrack was surprisingly emotional. It wasn't just a great Mario game, it was a reminder of Nintendo's magic when they're firing on all cylinders. Even years later, it still feels like a one-of-a-kind experience. In the number 3 spot, we've got Halo 3. This was the big finale to Bungie's original trilogy, and man, did it deliver. From the moment Master Chief crash-landed back on Earth, you knew this was going to be epic. The campaign was cinematic, emotional, and full of set pieces that pushed the Xbox 360 to its limits. But where Halo 3 really thrived was in its multiplayer. Xbox Live was never the same after this dropped. Whether it was ranked matches, custom games, or just messing around in Forge mode, this game brought people together in ways few others could. It was more than a shooter, it was a cultural event. And for many of us, it was the peak of Halo. Number 2 is Mass Effect, the start of BioWare's legendary sci-fi trilogy. This game introduced us to Commander Shepard, the Normandy crew, and a galaxy on the brink of war. What made Mass Effect so special was the way it combined classic RPG elements with third-person shooter mechanics, all while delivering a story where your choices truly mattered. Every conversation, every decision, every Paragon or Renegade point felt like it shaped the journey in a meaningful way. And the world building, incredible. The Citadel alone felt like a living, breathing space hub with politics, culture, and mystery. This was the start of something huge, and even though it had its clunky moments, it laid the foundation for one of the most beloved game trilogies ever made.
I don't think we can hold them. I'm activating the nuke.
I'm sorry, Ash. I had to make a choice.
And finally, at number 1, it's BioShock. When this game dropped, it blew people's minds. Set in the underwater city of Rapture, BioShock told a story unlike anything we'd seen in games before. It was dark, philosophical, and completely immersive. The Art Deco world was hauntingly beautiful, the enemies were twisted and tragic, and the gameplay gave you tons of freedom to experiment with powers and weapons. But what really set it apart was the storytelling. It challenged how we think about player agency, narrative, and control. BioShock wasn't just a great shooter, it was proof that games could tell stories as powerful as any film or novel. So there you have it, the top 5 games of 2007. A year where the gaming industry wasn't just growing, it was evolving. These games pushed boundaries, created unforgettable moments, and laid the groundwork for some of the biggest franchises in gaming today. Whether you were diving into Rapture, exploring the stars, or finishing the fight, 2007 gave us some of the most iconic experiences ever made. What was your favorite game from that year? Let us know in the comments, and if you're enjoying this trip through gaming history, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. We've got plenty more to come. See you at the next checkpoint.